There's people here that are working on my, the backyard area that I have to the side because they tore a hole in the wall for sewage problems, and the guy just made eye contact with me through the window. So I might have to close that. Guys, it is so good to be here. It is a beautiful Tuesday afternoon. It is 3:38 p.m. and the weather is absolutely beautiful here in Phoenix. It's only slightly terrifying because it was burning hot in my car today, and I know it's only going up from here. But if you're new to my channel, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I don't take it lightly that people take time out of their day to click on my videos and to watch them and to get little snippets of my life and the things that I share. This is a big passion of mine, and I love sharing my life with those online and just welcoming them into it. So welcome. If you would like to make my day, you can just hit the subscribe button. That would mean quite a bit to me. Also, my birthday's this week, so I wouldn't be hurt if you subscribed as a little gift. But even if you don't, I'll still love you. I am absolutely stoked about today's video. Guys, this week I turned 24. It's almost a bit crazy to just say that because I still feel like I'm 17 sometimes. Obviously, I've gone through a bit of life and I've traveled and done all these things in my life. It's weird because obviously your body's aging and this time rolls around where you have your birth date, but at the same time it feels like not a lot has changed. I still remember when I was 17 and I made my first YouTube video, and here I am years later still doing the same thing but in a different location with new wisdom, new knowledge, a bunch of new experiences. It's wild. It absolutely just blows my mind. But with all that being said, there are a handful of things that I've learned over this last year. And I wanted to just kind of share with you guys. The idea is hopefully that a lot of these things will encourage other people or bring wisdom and knowledge that I have gained from this last year. So without further ado, this is 5 things I learned at the age of 23. Number 1, you need community. You need it. Community is so freaking important. It doesn't matter what season of life you're in. It doesn't matter if everything's going well for you. It doesn't matter if you've accomplished all your goals and dreams in life. It doesn't matter if you're in the worst season of life and maybe things are absolute. You need community. I don't think God created any of us to live lonely. Now there's a difference between living alone, which is what I do, and living lonely. I live alone, whereas I have my own space, I have my own time to myself, and I do things a lot of the time on my own, but I'm not entirely lonely. I have an incredible community of people around me. I have friends around me that are lifeline friends, the type of friends who I can call at 3 a.m. if something goes wrong, or the type of friends that I can call right now in this moment and just celebrate with. But it definitely wasn't always that way. I think at 23 I had a revelation more so than ever that community is crucial. At the start of 23, things were tough. And if you've been following my channel for a bit or following me on social media for a little while, you would probably know why. But I was challenged at 23 to really press into community more so than ever. And it's been one of the biggest blessings of my life. There were 2 verses that came to mind, and the first was Proverbs 27:17. And it says here, as iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. You find that sharpening in community. Iron can't sharpen iron if you're doing things alone. And then there's another verse, Matthew 18:20, that really encouraged me in this whole idea of community. And it was where 2 or 3 are gathered, there I am in the midst with them. At the start of 23, I needed God more than ever. And I found God in the midst of the amazing church community that I'm a part of. I definitely believe it was an absolute blessing from God, but I'm so thankful that I chose to press into it and not run away from it, because I can confidently say if it were not for the community I'm a part of, I would not be where I'm at right now today. Number 2, healing is your responsibility, no one else's. Hello. You can't control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond to it. There are an infinite list of different things and circumstances people go throughout life. Comparing yours to theirs will only harm you more. Comparing the cards you've been dealt with versus the cards others have been dealt with will only hurt you more. It won't change your circumstance. It won't make anything better. It won't fix the problems you're facing or heal your heart. You have to make a conscious choice and a decision that you want to get healthy. I'm so glad I learned this at the age of 23, because who knows what I'm going to face later on in life. Who knows the obstacles I'm probably going to have to come against or the trials that might come my way. But sitting around and waiting for something to change and not being active about it will never help you. I had to learn that if I wanted to be in a better place at 24 than I was at 23, that I had to get proper help. For me, it looked like having conversations with my pastors, sharing my life with trusted friends and family, getting professional help and seeing a counselor and doing therapy. These are all things that, of course, are uncomfortable in the moment, but so worth it in the end. Number 3, you can start now. I don't know why I always felt like I had to wait till I was a certain age, or I had to have a certain amount of money, or I had to be living a certain place, or I had to be doing certain things to go after the dreams and goals I have in my life. Literally, there's a point in the middle of 23 where I was sitting around and I was like, man, well, when I am 28, I'll be able to do this, this, and this. Or I kept thinking, when I have this amount of money saved up, I can do these things. But you do not have to wait to have those things to start the dreams and goals that you have on your heart. You don't have to wait till you have it all figured out before you can go. What does that even mean? What does it even mean to have it all figured out? It doesn't matter if you're 28. It doesn't matter if you're 15. It doesn't matter if you're 65 watching this. It is never too late to pursue the dreams and goals you have on your life. And it's never too early. You can do the things you're passionate about right now. Yeah, you may have to have a job on the side that you don't enjoy doing while you're pursuing the dreams and goals and passions you have. But that's okay. You can work it out. You don't have to be stuck in the routine you're in right now. And you don't have to settle either. There are passions you have on your heart for a reason. And I truly believe God gives us those passions and those desires of our heart because it may be exactly where He wants us. It may be in those fields that people come to know Jesus and hear the story of the gospel through our lives. But how will that ever happen if we're settling in life and we're not pursuing the dreams and goals we have? You don't have to wait. You can start right now. Number 4, learning to truly love yourself is the most empowering thing you can do for yourself. This is a journey I've been on my whole life, it feels like. But at 23, I feel like I got it a little bit more than I did all the other years. You are with yourself more than anyone in the entire world. You wake up, you go to sleep, you eat, drink, play, move, do everything with yourself. Now I know, brain blast. But have you ever been in a room with someone who doesn't like you? Have you ever heard conversations from others who don't like you? Have you ever been told by someone that they don't like you? That hurts. Honestly, that sucks. But imagine experiencing that every single day of your life, but it's from yourself. It sucks, and it's one of the things I dealt with a good portion of my life. Constantly speaking negatively of myself, constantly looking at myself terribly, constantly rehearsing negative thought patterns. It's a real place, and it may be something that some of you struggle with right now watching this. Self-love is honestly a hard thing to achieve at times, but it's so rewarding. I'll do another video in the future talking about my journey and how I've gotten to the place I'm at now. But there are practical things that you can do in your life to get to this form of self-love. But honestly, for me, I feel like at 23, God just spoke so much identity into who I am and spoke so much life into my spirit in a way I've never experienced before. And it was in the season of 23 that God really just changed my perspective on love. He reminded me that I am His child. He reminded me that He loved me so much, He sent His Son to die on the cross for my sake and raise Him to life that I may have eternal life in relationship with Him. He just kept speaking His words and His promises over my life until I got it. In order to get to this place, I feel like you have to just learn what your passions are. Learn what your likes and dislikes are. Learn what you stand for, what you value, what your boundaries are, what you're not willing to settle for. These are all things that will help you figure out more of who you are, and over time will guide you into learning how to love yourself even more. And from that place of self-love, you're given an even greater capacity to love others. And number 5, saying yes to God is the most freeing thing you can do. At the start of 23, there was a lot of confusion in my life. There was a lot of questions I had, a lot of anger, resentment even, and hurt. And I just remember feeling so lost, not knowing exactly where I was supposed to be in life, not knowing what I was supposed to do, not knowing if I was even supposed to finish out college or stay in Arizona or keep going to the church I was attending. Like, there were so many things I was questioning and just having trouble with. And I just felt like I heard God speak to my spirit and say, if you'll just say yes to me, I will get you through. And that's honestly just been like the anthem of my life. I'm not gonna lie, saying yes to God is more difficult than easy at times. But believe me when I tell you, I have said yes to God and I have said no to Him. And the times that I've said no to God, my Lord, they have put me in the worst seasons of my life, and it was my own fault. But the times I've said yes to God, I've been in the best seasons of my life. The thing God may be asking you to do might be challenging and difficult, but I promise you, just say yes. Save yourself the time, the effort, the heartache. You will never regret saying yes to God. He will put you in the right path. He'll take care of you. He'll bring the right people around you. He'll open the right doors. He'll make ways where it seems that there are no ways. He'll break through for you. You'll see freedom. All you have to do is say yes. And that right there is what I learned at 23. Like I said at the beginning, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch this video. And if you've gotten this far in the video, I love you more, even extra. But I hope this is encouraging to somebody. I hope some of the wisdom and insight I gained at 23 would help someone else who may be turning 23 or even 16 or 18 or whatever, maybe 48, who knows. But that is all I'm going to share today. If you haven't and you'd like to subscribe, it would mean the world to me. Or even just clicking the like button at the bottom of this video. All my socials are linked down below if you want to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter. But other than that, I hope you have an incredible rest of your night. I love the heck out of you guys. I will see you next week.